The Bank for International Settlements BIS has released new data showing cross-border bank credit grew in the second quarter, largely driven by financial sector borrowing. However, this expansion comes with a significant warning from the BIS, which cautions that private loan credit ratings may be systematically inflated. This suggests potential underlying risks in the global financial system as credit increases, raising concerns about the true health of corporate debt and the accuracy of current risk assessments. The initial public offering (IPO) of Studs Accessories, a leading manufacturer of motorcycle helmets and riding gear, is witnessing strong investor interest. On its second day, the issue was subscribed 154 times. The market is closely watching its performance, with analysts comparing it to other upcoming IPOs like Orkla India and Lenskart to guide investors on where to allocate funds. The grey market premium (GMP) is a key indicator being monitored to gauge listing gains. The Bureau of Meteorology has reverted to its previous rain radar color scheme following a wave of public complaints about its new 41 million website. The Weather Bureau acknowledged the widespread backlash and confirmed it has listened to user feedback, restoring the old system that Australians are familiar with. The decision marks a significant reversal after the costly website upgrade was met with widespread criticism. Legendary actor Morgan Freeman has revealed the 15 performers who inspired his iconic career while promoting the new film Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Freeman discussed his cinematic influences and how real magic was used in the movie. He also looked back on his own classic roles, including the beloved The Shawshank Redemption, and shared the story of the single person who first encouraged him to become an actor. Lucknow University has extended the deadline for its affiliated colleges to upload first semester student data on the Samarth portal. The new final date for submission is October 31. This decision provides more time for colleges to complete the data entry process for the new academic session, ensuring all student records are properly registered on the university's system. India's market regulator SEBI has announced new rules for the Nifty Bank Index, requiring a broader sector representation. This will lead to the inclusion of more public sector banks, with Yes Bank, Indian Bank, Union Bank of India and Bank of India as potential candidates. The rebalancing will occur in 4 phases, concluding by March 31, 2026. The move aims to deepen the market and ensure the index better reflects the entire banking sector, impacting stock flows and derivatives trading. Legendary Britpop band Oasis has arrived in Melbourne ahead of their highly anticipated reunion concerts at Marvel Stadium. Brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher were spotted arriving separately, with Noel being seen with his son. Fans are eagerly awaiting the shows, for which setlist, start times and ticket information have been confirmed, marking a major moment in music. In a major update, police have drained and searched a dam on a remote property near Yunta, South Australia, in the ongoing search for missing 4-year-old Gus. The operation was conducted out of an abundance of caution with the help of the SES and police divers. Authorities have confirmed the search of the dam is complete and that nothing of significance was found, providing no new leads in the boy's disappearance. The extensive land search for Gus is set to continue. The Trump administration has enacted new rules drastically altering the public service loan forgiveness program. The changes link student debt relief to the borrower's immigration agenda, requiring applicants to support specific immigration policies. Furthermore, the rules explicitly bar employees of certain organizations the administration opposes, such as those providing services to undocumented immigrants, from qualifying for any loan forgiveness, fundamentally reshaping the program's eligibility. Wordle players on October 30 were challenged by a very rare puzzle 1594, which featured a double letter. The following day's answer for the October 31 puzzle 1595 has now been revealed, continuing the Halloween-themed gaming streak. These daily puzzles from the New York Times remain a popular global phenomenon, with players sharing hints and strategies online to solve the 5-letter word within 6 tries. A new full-cast audio edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone has been released, moving beyond the classic single-narrator versions. This ambitious production features a dedicated voice actor for every character, including narrators Stephen Fry and a full ensemble cast. Early reviews from listeners and critics are overwhelmingly positive, describing the experience as magical and a fresh, immersive way to rediscover the beloved story, bringing the wizarding world to life in an exciting new format. Animal Crossing: New Horizons is receiving a significant upgrade for the Nintendo Switch 2 in January 2026. The new Switch 2 edition will feature enhanced 4K visuals when played on a TV, support for mouse controls, and the addition of an in-game megaphone. This release will be accompanied by a free 30 content update for all players, ensuring new features and improvements across both the original and next-generation versions of the popular Live simulation game. MEG Energy has adjourned its shareholder meeting to vote on the proposed acquisition by Cenovus Energy for a second time, pushing the decision to November 6. The delay consented to by Cenovus is to allow time to disclose information related to a separate asset transfer deal between Cenovus and Strathcona Resources. The meeting was paused twice to address a last-minute regulatory inquiry before being formally postponed. Union Bank of India reported a 10 year-on-year drop in net profit for Q2. However, this headline figure obscures a much stronger operational performance. The bank saw robust credit growth of over 8% and a significant improvement in asset quality, leading to sharply lower provisions for bad loans. This positive development fueled a 45% surge in its share price as investors focused on the underlying strength and improved health of the bank. RRP Semiconductor, a little-known and rebranded firm, has seen its stock price soar by an astronomical 66,500, a rally fueled by market rumors. The surge has turned investor Rajendra Kodankar, who was virtually unknown, into a billionaire with his initial investment now valued at thousands of crores. The unprecedented and eyebrow-raising price movement has attracted regulatory scrutiny, placing the stock under surveillance by the BSE. Union Bank of India reported a 10 year-on-year drop in Q2 net profit, causing its stock to fall. However, the bank demonstrated underlying strength with robust 814 credit growth and a significant improvement in asset quality as both gross and net NPAs declined, while a rise in agricultural loan slippages was a concern. The bank is confident it has adequate capital buffers to manage potential impacts from new RBI regulations. Southeast Queensland is on high alert for a weekend of dangerous supercell storms. The Bureau of Meteorology warns of a potent setup for destructive winds, giant hail and flash flooding. The severe weather threat extends from the NSW border up to the Capricornia and Central Highlands. This comes after recent wild storms in the region, which included a fatal lightning strike, highlighting the significant risks to millions of residents. Police are hunting two suspects after an attempted armed robbery at a Betfred betting shop in Warrington involving armed officers and a helicopter. The incident coincides with a major political debate as Chancellor Rachel Reeves considers raising taxes on the gambling industry in the upcoming budget, putting the sector under financial and security scrutiny. Megadeth frontman Dave Mustaine has announced plans to re-record Metallica's classic Ride the Lightning for the band's final album. Mustaine, who co-wrote the song during his brief tenure with Metallica, aims to pay tribute to the band by reclaiming the thrash metal anthem. This move brings his career full circle, intending to put his own definitive stamp on a track he helped create before his infamous firing and the subsequent decades-long rivalry between the two iconic metal groups. Canara Bank reported a significant jump in net profit for the second quarter of FY26 alongside a notable improvement in asset quality. While net interest income (NII) saw a decline, the bank reduced its gross and net non-performing assets. NPA's gross NPA improved to 27,040 crore from 29,518 crore last quarter, and net NPA improved to 61,132 crore from 67,652 crore. The bank has scheduled an earnings conference call to discuss these unaudited financial results. The SafeCure Services IPO, a 306 crore SME offer, is currently open for subscription. The issue is priced at 102 per share and was booked 12 times by the end of day 2. Notably, the grey market premium GMP has dropped sharply to nil, indicating shares are trading at par with the issue price. The funds raised will be used for working capital and debt repayment. The subscription closes on Friday, with the listing on the BSE SME platform scheduled for November 6. The Studs Accessories IPO is live, with shares commanding a grey market premium GMP of 55, indicating strong investor demand. Market reviews highlight the company's strong distribution network and expansion into premium products as key strengths. The IPO is being compared to other recent offerings like Orkla India and the anticipated Lenskart IPO, with analysts suggesting it is ready for a market ride. The central question for investors is whether this represents a good or bad investment opportunity. The premiere of the IT prequel series Welcome to Derry has sparked intense debate. Critics are split, with some praising its shocking and brutal first episode ending, while others declare it a flashy, gross sign of prestige TV's decline. The series aims to expand the Stephen King universe by exploring the origins of the terrifying clown Pennywise, but its bold approach has resulted in a polarized reception from both audiences and reviewers. Florence the Machine's sixth album Everybody Scream finds frontwoman Florence Welch wrestling with fame, mortality and the constraints on female artists following a near-fatal medical emergency. Welch channels her grief and personal struggles into a powerful record that critics describe as a self-deprecating yet swaggering survey of her career. The album mixes her signature theatricality with tranquility, marking a triumphant new chapter for the alt rock survivor. The Australian government has ordered the Bureau of Meteorology to fix its newly redesigned website following a massive public backlash. Users have complained the site is difficult to navigate, lacks crucial information like rain radar loops, and fails basic accessibility standards. The controversy highlights the challenges of modernizing essential public services, forcing the Bureau to urgently address the widespread criticism and functional shortcomings of the update. Yorgos Lanthimos' new dark comedy Bugonia is a delightfully weird film starring Emma Stone as an inscrutable CEO, leaving audiences to wonder if her character is an alien. A grim picture of humanity is painted in this adaptation, which is based on the extreme and bizarre 2000s Korean sci-fi psychodrama Save the Green Planet. The movie is being reviewed as a darkly comic and unconventional cinematic experience. HBO's IT prequel Welcome to Derry is generating significant buzz through a real-world marketing stunt featuring Pennywise in New York City. However, early critical reception is sharply divided. While some outlets are building anticipation for the series, others like Slate have published scathing reviews accusing the show of ruining Stephen King's original masterpiece. The series is creating headlines both for its promotional spectacle and the intense debate over its quality. An inquiry into the Southport killings by Axel Rudakubina reveals systemic state failures. His father had warned authorities his son might attack teachers, and Rudakubina himself had ranted to social services. Despite a 0.7 school attendance rate and clear red flags, safeguarding procedures were marked by incompetence and disarray, failing to prevent the tragic attack. The Foo Fighters have announced a major North American stadium tour for 2026 alongside the release of a new single titled Asking for a Friend. Frontman Dave Grohl stated the band is forever devoted to performing with the new song, reminding them of their passion for music. The dual announcement of the extensive tour and fresh music has generated significant excitement among fans, marking a powerful new chapter for the rock group. Major U.S. stock indexes closed lower, led by a sell-off in big tech. Disappointing earnings from industry giants Meta and Microsoft spooked investors, causing their shares to drop and pulling the Nasdaq down significantly. The broader S&P 500 and Dow Jones also fell as the market reacted to the weak reports from the tech sector, with all eyes now turning to upcoming results from other majors like Apple and Amazon. Actress Cheryl Hines, once a liberal favorite, is facing backlash from her Hollywood friends over her apparent political shift towards President Donald Trump. The tension was publicly displayed during an awkward interview on The View, where Hines later questioned if the hosts had even read her book. Reports indicate that her old social circle is horrified, with some friendships becoming strained to the point where they can no longer discuss politics. Grow. The digital financial services platform operated by Billion Brains Garage Ventures has set its IPO price band at $95,100 per share. The public offering, set to open on November 4, aims to raise 6,632 crore. The company is targeting a substantial valuation of around 7 billion, with this listing marking a major event in India's financial services and tech startup landscape. Major U.S. stock indexes were mixed as Sagilita shares surged over 10 following the announcement of its robust Q2 FY26 financial results. The company reported a remarkable 252 year-on-year revenue growth and a doubling of its net profit, demonstrating confidence in its financial health and future prospects. The firm's board also declared an interim dividend of 0.05 per share for the financial year 202,526. This strong performance has generated significant positive momentum for the stock in the market. Chittorgarh police have arrested 4 members of a gang responsible for a series of burglaries, including a theft at Anand supermarket, and seized their vehicle in a separate and unrelated incident. The body of an unidentified young man was discovered entangled in bushes under a railway culvert in the Badach River. The police have moved the body to a morgue and are working to establish the deceased's identity and the circumstances leading to his death. Charlie Puth is making headlines on multiple fronts. The singer-songwriter recently broke down the production and melancholy themes of his new single Changes on the Switched on Pop podcast. In personal news, he and his wife Brooke Sansone are reportedly more in love than ever as they anticipate the arrival of their first child. Fans can also look forward to hearing more from the artist in an upcoming Audacy check-in scheduled for October 2025. On the new season of Selling Sunset, Brie Tyasi made a rare public comment about her partner Nick Cannon's famous ex-wife Mariah Carey. This comes after the couple appeared together at the show's premiere. Tyasi's remarks mark a significant moment, as she has typically remained private about her unconventional family dynamic with Cannon, who shares children with several women including Tyasi. The prestigious World's 50 Best Hotels 2025 list has been announced, featuring extraordinary properties from 22 global destinations. The ranking highlights top luxury stays, including notable entries like Capella Sydney, the Khalil Southern Ocean Lodge, and Rosewood Hong Kong. The travel industry anticipates this recognition will significantly boost luxury bookings, benefiting high-end hotels, airlines, and hospitality groups as it inspires travelers to plan their next globe-trotting adventure. Bharat Heavy Electricals Ltd (BHEL) reported a massive surge in its Q2 FY25 profit, which jumped over 3 times to 375 crore. This strong financial performance led to a rise in its share price, with the stock gaining up to 2. Brokerage firm Prabhudas Lilladher has issued a buy rating on the Maharatna PSU stock, setting a target price of 250, reflecting positive market sentiment following the results. Navin Fluorine International is making headlines with a strong market performance. Its shares surged 15 following positive Q2 results, reactions further boosting investor sentiment. The company's board declared a generous interim dividend of 650 per share for FY 2025-2026. This news comes amidst a busy day for Q2 earnings, with major companies like Maruti Suzuki and ACC also reporting their results. Vue Cinemas is expanding in the UK, signing a deal for a new 9-screen venue in Colchester's Northern Gateway, a move hailed as a major boost for the local area. This growth comes as major cinema chains including Vue Odeon and Cineworld enforce strict bans on bringing in certain outside food and drink items, highlighting the industry's focus on revenue and customer experience control amidst its development. The Australian Bureau of Meteorology has been ordered by the federal government to urgently fix its newly redesigned website following a massive public backlash. The update was widely criticised as confusing and difficult to use, with the Queensland Premier calling it flawed. Concerns were raised that the site's poor functionality could risk lives by making critical weather warnings harder to access during severe weather events.